Hi there, I'm Chris. Welcome to Jumpstart. Today we're going to be chatting about how the National Energy Skills Center, the NESC, can help you jumpstart your career in the energy and industrial sectors, or maybe even start your own business.
I think I need a jump start.
Today we will be chatting with Richard Mohammed, the instructor for our electrician program.
Hi Richard, welcome
Hi.
to Jumpstart.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. Are you a morning person, Richard, or do you need help to jumpstart your day?
I try to jumpstart myself, prayer, coffee, and to jumpstart I also try to list 5 things I want to accomplish for that day.
Okay, do you often check to make sure that you've accomplished it at the end of the day?
Yeah, I check if I can accomplish them, and if I don't, I put it on tomorrow's 5.
That's fine, right? There's
Yeah.
always tomorrow.
Mhm.
All right, Richard, let's jump right into it. Tell me about how you got into the field of electrical.
Well, the field of electrical started from secondary school. So at secondary school, I did a CXC subject, which is EET. And at that point, I started to gravitate around electrical because I started to realize that there's a lot of things that happens in an electrical circuit. And I wanted to find out more as to how this really works. What are some of the things that we need to put together to get it to work? And the physics also helped me to understand that a little better. Thereafter, I started to work with wiremen, licensed men, and do residential wiring and such.
How long did you work in the industry?
Currently, right now, it's been about 13 to 14 years. Most of it has been construction electrical, so that was my foundation skill. And being able to understand that allowed me to understand some of the most technological things in electrical.
So you would have done electrical for CXC, but then you went ahead and you studied an electrical program so that you could become certified. Why did you think that was important?
It is important because I realize that is a requirement for employment and that you want to learn more things. I mean that education is constantly evolving, technology is evolving every day, and you need to upgrade. So it's not only just knowing something and knowing how to do it, you need to also understand the advanced things about it and be certified also to be more employable.
What made you jump into teaching?
What made me jump into teaching? I think that I saw an opportunity for teaching, whereas there were a lot of young people who were displaced. I started teaching at NESC through the CCC program, as a matter of fact. And that allowed me to see some of the issues that students had. Not only social issues, but also some of the misconceptions they had with the education system. Whereas they probably would have passed through a CXC level program, normal C6 qualification, and they didn't come out of school with anything. And I felt it was a really fulfilling thing to give them that support and give them a little opportunity to excel in life.
Thank you so much for your service. Richard, what does a student learn inside the Diploma Electrician program?
So other than the basic concepts of electrical theory, students do a lot about electronics in the year 2 part of the program. In the year 1 part of the program, they do a lot of residential and commercial wiring, the wiring that we would normally see in buildings. However, in the year 2 part, they do a lot of technology stuff. They do fire alarms, they do motor control circuits, transformers, AC machines, DC machines, generators, alternators, rectifiers and diodes. They also do triacs and diacs. They also do inverters, variable frequency drives, and a lot more technology stuff. So it's not just that they are coming here to learn how to wire a house or a building. They do a lot of industrial wiring because most of the motor controls that you have out in industry, they are magnetic motor controls, kind of old school hard wiring. What we have now and what we train our students on is a new technology called variable frequency drives. The variable frequency drives is you are able to communicate with that drive via a computer system through an IP address or fiber optics, and you are able to control and operate that AC machine via the click of a mouse. So the techie part of it really engages our students, but you need to work a little hard in year 1 in order to get into year 2 and learn all of those things.
Awesome. What are the job opportunities available after completion of the Diploma Electrician program?
So after completion, students could go on to be licensed wiremen. They could go on to apply to the TNTech trade school to become linesmen or other different departments within TNTech. They could go out to industry and apply to different companies, methanol companies, nitrogen companies, some of the steel production companies, manufacturing companies in the Trinity Industrial Estate also. Electricians are always needed, because if we didn't have electricity right now, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So your skill is needed. You will always be required to do that kind of work. We know that things are getting much more automated, but you need persons to maintain, fix, repair, and solve problems on those pieces of equipment.
And of course, I think electricians can go start their own businesses too, right?
They can start their own businesses. They could go on to apply for their wireman's license once they have met the criteria of that. They can also go on to start their own specialized business with the specialized courses. One of the things that we have within the program is fire alarms. Not much places in Trinidad, or institutions I should say, deliver our entire course on fire alarms. We do that. We have a fire alarm trainer. We have a generator for you to work on. We have machines for you to work on. And a lot of times students think that the wiring is physical wiring. We have something called a machine trainer and a measurement trainer, where most of the wiring that you do is just jacks that you jack in. You have meters, everything there that you could take the measurements. Most of the meters that we have, you could plug it into a computer. You could upload all of your values that you measured with the meter, and you could trend patterns from the history of those measurements. So it's not just physical wiring. As I say, most of the things, they very advanced in technology. We have spent a lot of money getting those things so that students have good exposure to high quality equipment and machinery, so that when they go to the industry, the things that they are trained on is very much similar, or if not the same, that they're seeing.
That's fantastic and very important.
Yes, great.
What would you say are the qualities of a person who wants to become an electrician?
I think that, one, you need to be a critical thinker. You need to be able to solve problems. If you can't solve problems, that you need to work on that. Because when you get into electrical, one of the things, you may not be installing stuff all the time. You may have to go and repair something. And to repair that, you would need to use that troubleshooting and critical thinking skills. Also, I think that in the program itself, students need to be independent learners. It's a level 3 program, and you need to get acquainted to how things are going to be in the work world, the world of work. So critical thinking and independent learning.
And how do you prepare them for developing those qualities through your classes? What is your teaching methodology like?
So my teaching methodology is to always be prepared as an instructor. When I enter the class, I always like to engage my students and find out how did their day start. Get acquainted with them so that I could tailor my lesson to suit them on that day. Because we all have students who are learners in different ways. And by them being learners in different ways, I need to structure my lessons in such a way to target how they're going to receive my instruction. So that in the class during the day, they are able to receive the lesson better. They have no misconceptions. They are comfortable. They are comfortable to come and speak to me, to share any issues that they have, whether it be personally or if it's anything that within my lesson they don't understand.
Richard, what advice would you give to someone who it might be on the fence about applying for the Diploma Electrician program?
So advice I would give to a potential candidate is that if you have a passion, you have charisma for electrical, and you're not sure if you really want to get into this field, I think you should understand that a potential student should understand that there's a lot more to electrical. There's a lot more technology. It's not just wiring, using wires and different electrical components. There's a lot of things that you could do with computer systems. Most of the things that we have currently in the electrical field, they are computerized. You could control pieces of equipment via IP address. But yet still you need to learn the electrical wiring of it. So if you're on the fence and you're thinking that you're not sure if to join and do an electrical program, it is really techy. And you could do a lot of things, because all of our students who come, they like to use the phones, they like to use the computer, and you can't get it out of their hands. So if you're on the fence, you may want to look at the technology part of it.
Okay. And I can't help but ask, because I've been asking this to all our guests. Do you have any funny or memorable moments to share from class?
I have a lot. I have a lot.
Just take one.
I'll take one. there was this one time, and in electrical, there's an important thing that we teach called grounding and bonding. So we were doing some measurements on a distribution panel, but there's a particular term that we use called you need to ground your meter to get a particular reading. So we were doing the measurement, and I told the student, well, okay, I'm going to measure, and you're going to take this lead, and you're going to connect it to ground. And he actually took it and put it on the ground, physically on the ground. And I was like, you have the correct concept, but really what I meant was the grounding terminal within the distribution panel. And that inspired me in such a way to think, well, you know, sometimes when you deliver lessons, students have misconceptions. And if you take the time to understand what is going on within the classroom and what are the misconceptions they are having and correct it then and there, it will be much, much more easier for them to learn things that you're trying to deliver to them.
That is powerful.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I've seen some of your TikTok videos, and they're really fun. So maybe you could give everybody a TikTok handle so they could go check out some of your videos.
So my TikTok handle is 3 Phases Electric. You could go and check me out. I try to do some videos practically showing what we do in the class. I know TikTok is just 1 minute, so you have that short space of time. We have 3 minutes now, so when we get back out of the pandemic and we are able to go back to campus, you get some more videos there.
Awesome. It was a pleasure having you, Richard.
Thanks
for chatting with us.
Thanks.
Take care.
Great.
Thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Jumpstart. Head over to the description box below and click on the link where you can get more information about the program and apply. If you have any questions at all, just slide into our DMs on Facebook or Instagram. We'll be happy to answer any and all questions that you have. Until next time, stay safe and bye for now.